Hello and welcome back to a kooky corner of YouTube, where today we're adding to the owl book. I'm obsessed with these owls, I have to tell you. If you have not seen this before, there is a video on the making of the owl book back in my catalogue, which I will add to the description box below if you want to make your own and have a go at making some owls. The owls that I make can be used or can be made in different fabrics. So you can do a fabric owl, you could do a collage owl, you could sketch out the details using the templates and do a painty owl. It really is up to you. The templates for my owls I am putting for free in my Facebook group. So if you are in my Facebook group, the files will be there for you to be able to download the owls that I do in this particular thing. So if you want to grab hold of one of those, hop over to Facebook. There's a link in the description again below, and you can join. It's all free, and you'll get a free pattern for this particular owl that I'm going to show you now. So let's have an open of the book. We've got Barney, the barn owl, and Barnita, because, you know, he had to have a partner. This one here is called Harold, and Harold is vaguely based on a hawk owl. He's done in my style, obviously. So he's not a very realistic hawk owl, but he is based on a hawk owl, and his name is Harold. And Harold likes to watch nature programs, and he also likes to potter around in his garden. So there's a little bit of backstory on Harold. What I did first was, here is a painting of Harold that I did. This is done in gouache and mixed media. And then I wanted to match him up with kind of fabric. So he's not exact. His positioning is not the same, but you know, you get the gist. You can play around with the pieces to make whatever you want. If you wanted to give him another wing at that side, you could stick one behind there. So that would work. It really is up to you. That's Harold anyway. And so the pattern pieces, as I say, are available as a template download, and you can then go and cut them out. So like Harold, I'm going to do him a partner, and this one here is Molly. There's a story. My dad was called Harold and my mum was called Molly, and so we've got Harold and Molly to honour both of them, because they're no longer with us, sadly, and it's something that I miss every day, but I still talk to them both. Might sound crazy, but it helps me. Anyway, Molly is going to be in these beautiful bright colours here, whereas we had Harold in his blue. So let's get Harold out again. There he is. He's all in his blues. He's got very intense eyes. Very strangely enough, my dad also had quite intense eyes as well, so that kind of matches him really well. So this is Molly, and Molly's going to go on this nice greeny background. For Harold, we went with similar-ish colours, but he got some more colour in the background. We've gone completely green with this one, or I've gone completely green. You, on the other hand, can do your owl in whatever colours you want. You might want to go more naturalistic. You might want to go completely different, and that is completely up to you. I'm just showing you what I'm doing with this one. So I've laid out my fabrics. If you want to see in-depth videos of me choosing fabrics and how I place them, there are some in my back catalogue, so just look back in the slow stitching playlist and you'll be able to find ones where I've just laid them out, just for ease of purpose and getting it all down quickly so that I can get this video out to you. Then I have pre-laid out my fabrics in a selection of greens. I've got a little bit of gold stripy there as well that I thought went quite well, so that was added on too. I've also cut out my fabrics for Molly. So she is all there, ready to go. So what I'm going to do first of all, as I always do, I'm going to pick a thread and I'm going to go up and down my piece just to get all these pieces in together. So I'm picking this lime green thread. This is an anchor. I think it's an 8. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's anchor 8 plain pearl cotton. I couldn't even read anything then. My brain went to jelly. Anyway, scissors is what I need. So scissors I shall get and I'll be back. So cutting off a length to stitch with. Let me put Molly out of the way before I knock all her pieces around, which would not be good, would it? No. So I hope you're all well. We have been having some rain down here in Devon. It truly has been deepest, darkest Devon the past couple of days. But we've got a bit of sunshine at the minute, which is all very nice. So I am just doing a simple running stitch up and down my piece of fabric. You don't have to do this size. I'm doing this size so I can fit it in my owl book. So I know that this size fits perfectly. Because the owl book pages are not huge. This is just a piece of calico backing where I've laid out all the fabric. I'm just going to get rid of that. This is pins for you. They want to do annoying things like grab hold of your thread when they're stitching. Yeah, so we've had quite a bit of rain. Now got a little bit of sunshine. And hopefully tomorrow it's going to be nice as well. So fingers crossed. I might actually get out to go and see a little bit of something or another. I think the plan is to go to Greenways, which is the home or the summer home of Agatha Christie, the writer. I've been there a couple of times before and I always love it there. And also in the restaurant, the cafe, they do such lovely cake. So yeah, looking forward to that. If we get to go, I'll try and grab a little bit of video so that I can show you a little bit of the place and go and visit. So it's nice to be able to make the most of sunny days in Devon when they arrive. Okay. So I think you've probably got the gist of what I'm doing here. I'm going to continue up and down this piece in this green thread until it's fully united with this green. And then we'll get on with putting Molly into the book as well. Okay, so background prepared. I'm not going to do any more stitching on this until I've put my owl on there, for the reason that I don't want to do some unnecessary stitching. Call it lazy, call it however. I am going to position this owl. So I'm putting the backing down first. So that's how it goes. There is a kind of way to lay it out. The second piece that goes on is generally the chest. So I'm just going to actually probably put a little bit of fabric glue on this just to hold it in place. So just a little bit to keep it in place. So I'll do the same with this tiny bit of fabric glue. This is a bohan one. There are many other varieties of fabric glue, but this one is bohin, sorry, not bohan, bohin, and it has refills as well. So I've got that one on my desk at the minute. I have other ones that I use also, but that one just happens to be handy. They're all pretty much as good as each other. Right, the next piece that I tend to put in is the eyes. So I want to position those. They're a little bit lower, maybe about there. Okay, so that bit goes in. I'm not putting glue all over my piece, just a bit, just to hold it in place. I might put a little bit there though, because it's just folded over. Okay, headpiece. So let's get that on position and space. There we go. And then we need to do maybe the tail first. The tail piece has got just a bit extra so that it can stick underneath things. So you've got a little bit of leeway, you can play around with how long you want that tail to be. So I'm going to put it, it's going to kind of hang off my piece a little bit. That's going there. And then the wing, which will sit around about there. So those are all the main parts down. I'm also, just because, going to put the eyes in, because then I can show you how I do put that bit underneath there. Second eye goes in there. A little bit of fluff attached there. So we've got the eyes. And the beak you can either position on top there, or you could take it underneath. So on Harold, I think I went underneath, but with Molly, I think I'm going to just position it on the top. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on there. Excuse my nails, I've got paint underneath them. Also been painting as well. And I've got some little bits of glitz here as well. I will add on at some point in time, just because I always do. So now we've got these pieces in place, glued down. What I'm going to do before I do anything else is to get these eyes in. Now, if you watched any of my things before, you know that I love these brads. They're paper brads, and I love these for eyes. These are 5mm ones. I've got 2 there. These are they. Show you those. And how these go together is I have got an awl in this owl bag. What can I say? I like owls. Okay, so center, and I'm going to poke it through and give it a twiddle, like so. And then that goes through, like so, and opens out at the back. It's one eye. Looks great, doesn't it? I think they look great. Brads are superb for this kind of thing. These ones are from Amazon. I'm sure you can get them from many places, but these are the smaller ones, 5mm ones. You can get larger ones as well. You can get 8mm, 9mm. So if you do any larger pieces, you can do that. Yay! Looking good already. Okay, I'll put my glue stick away. Now I've got all these things in position. I've not sewn them down because I'm lazy. No, what I don't want to do is to add too many stitches in that are going to lie underneath. You will never see them. So I want to concentrate my energies on getting the bits that you are going to see. The first thing that I'm going to do is to stitch all around the pieces. Now I'm going to leave a little bit of the tail free. If you look in my book here with Harold, it just kind of hangs over. And if I wanted to, I could glue that bit down into the book itself. So I may do that at some point, but at the moment it's doing fine. So let's get rid of all the little straggly pieces off my desk. So I just need to pick a thread that I'm going to go around Molly with. And I think I'm going to go with this one of my favourites. I love these Wonderful Pearl Cottons. And this has got all the colours that are in Molly already, so that's going to match in really nicely, just to do around all the edge. How that happens, similarly to Harold, is at the end. It's all right, that's from the underneath. I need to order some more of these because I absolutely love them. They're a little bit more expensive than other ones, but I do like them a lot. Right, just checking my microphone's not falling off. Now, it's that moment where we have to thread. I'm going to do it off camera. Trying to see it and film it is not easy. There we go. So much easier when I can just have it in front of me. Little knot in the end. Well, I say that and then it didn't work. My little rolly knot goes in the end there. Picking a position to start from. I think I'm going to start from down here. And all I'm going to do is an over sew stitch or a whip stitch, whatever you want to call it. And it's just tiny, well, not too tiny, but stitches around the edge to go into your piece and into the background calico as well. So it's going through all the pieces that I've got down, and it's going through the laid down pieces that are going to be the background and the calico backing of that. You just have to be a little bit more careful because we have got these pieces just held with a tiny touch of glue, which will work, but they can be repositioned. Oh, knocking the camera. Apologies. They can be repositioned if you need them to be. But I think I'm happy with how it's going at the minute. So I am going to continue all my way around, including down to the tail, just leaving that little bit free, all the way around and around the wing. So when you get over here, what you can do is just go round like that. So you could come down to here, go up to there, and then just go around, stitch your wing down as well. And then we'll see what else we're going to do. So here is Molly when she's all completed. I'm going to go through with you the other things that I've done. If you've watched the previous video where I showed you how to make Barney, then it's a similar kind of thing really. But I thought I would just go through because there are a couple of differences. So here she is with a little flower, and I have gone in and added more decoration. You can add in whatever you like. You can put beads, sequins. I've put a little bit of bling, as I usually do, just on the edges there, because I will. There is no stopping me with the bling. But also the little details on the head and the wing I have put on with an acrylic pen. So it's an acrylic paint pen that I've added those details in there. And for the little feathery details there, I've used another one in a black. So that's a white, that's a Frisk marker. It doesn't really matter which acrylic pen you use, acrylic paint pen, it all works just as equally as well. The reason I say that is because there are two, you could do it that way, or you could add stitches in. If you want to do French knots and then just do some little feathery stitches there, that, you know, is all down to your choice and how you want to do it. But if you want a little bit of ease, these guys are pretty good for adding in detail. They can be ironed if you want to heat set them, but to be honest, mine are not going to be washed at all. They are just going to be going into my owl book. So I find no need to heat set them for any reason. But again, that's something that can be done. So just to let you know, little shortcuts if you want them. If you're making something in a hurry or you want to spend your time, you can judge accordingly and use the tools that are available. So let's have a look at them together. I just want to see them together. There we go. So we've got Harold and Molly. Oh, now Molly's not going on that page. She's going to go on the page there. Because what I'm thinking of is this little bit here might get the name of my owl, which is on the opposite page. This guy, Barney, I might just put his name underneath, or I could put a little bit there about Barney. I've not really thought that one through properly. But yes, so there's Harold, and then there's Molly. Oh, I'm so happy with both of them. I want to put them both together. There. Yes. So those are my owls for this time. I tend to be doing them every 2 weeks or so, so there may be another couple of weeks before my next owl comes up. I'm trying to look at different kinds of owls as well and adapt them to my style, and I'm trying to also figure out how you can make these into collage pieces. So if you saw my one for Barney, it's all a long string there. If you saw the one for Barney, then I also made into a collage piece. And for this one, I just wanted to draw out Harold first of all to find out how he was going to go, but I really like this. So I may make some cards from this as well, some greetings cards, and put him on some of those as well. I have got a whole load of things to list up in my Etsy shop, which I have not got around to yet. And the summer's completely gone away with me, so I've not had time to put them up, but I will be putting up some of my cards if anybody's interested. As I say, all the proceeds of anything I sell goes directly back into this channel so that I can make videos for you all. But again, if you want the pattern for Harold, I've got it here briefly. So that's it. And there's all the instructions and the placement, and I'm just throwing everything from my desk all over the floor. But that is going to be in the Facebook group, loaded up just after this video, so that you can then download it and have a go at making your own Harold or Molly, or both. Anyway, I hope you've had a great weekend. Have a lovely rest of your week, and I'll be back here soon with something else. Bye for now. Bye.